So, hello everybody. Today is a video I was requested by a friend. Now, they wanted me to talk about how do I learn languages, like what is my way of doing things, right, when I learn a language. So I went through it, thought about it a little bit, and I broke it down into 3 things mainly. So, alright, so basically, sorry, moving the chair around, trying to adjust, the camera thing here. But okay, so let's break it down. So the 3 things that I do when I try to learn another language is, first is watching, TV shows, movies, listening to music in that language. Second is trying to interact with people from that, country that speaks that language. And the third one is speaking practice. Mostly speaking practice, rather than what traditionally most people do is writing and listening. So let's go into detail here. Right. So basically I speak 4 languages, which are the following, right here. You'll probably see it just listed there. And the order I learned them in was, first I learned Portuguese because that's the language I spoke at home with my parents. My parents didn't allow me to speak in any other language. If I spoke any other language, they would simply ignore me, so I had to speak in Portuguese. Second, I learned Japanese because it was, I was in Japan, so naturally it came along. Third, I learned English because, oh God, why do I feel so gassy today? There we go. So the third one I learned was English because I studied at an international school in Japan. And the fourth one I learned is Spanish, which will be used for most of the examples here because it's the most recent language I've learned. It's the one I've paid the most attention to the learning process. And yeah, that's just also the one I probably have the most I can remember the most off the top of my head, because the other languages I learned in between the ages of 0 to 5 basically, and so it is what it is, isn't it? Alright, so let's begin. The first step I did mention was learning a new language is made easier by movies and TV shows and music. Here's the thing. So when you watch a TV show or a movie, you are more likely to be exposed to people who are familiar to speaking that language, right? Natives. And the biggest thing is that when you're in a classroom setting, you don't have that accurate depiction most often. Let me elaborate. Basically, when I was studying Spanish in high school, in my freshman year and my last year of middle school, my teacher was very patient, right? She would repeat things slowly. She would speak in a manner in which it was easy for me to understand. But when I moved to Bolivia, where I currently live, everybody's a native speaker. And the obvious thing that happens with a native speaker is that they will speak much faster than any teacher would ever speak to you, like at least twice as fast. And so the first couple of months, even now actually, oftentimes I'll struggle to understand what a person has just said because they've spoken it too fast. So when you watch a movie, when you listen to music, oftentimes, you'll get pronunciation down with music and you'll get adjusted to this rate at which people talk at. Now, if you want to work on, say, your listening portion for like an English exam, listen to Eminem. Like, I'm not joking. When you listen to Eminem and you try to understand each and every single word he's saying on Rap God or Godzilla, or let me think, any other song that he just spits. He spits in every song. Any song that he just goes insane. Not that I can think of the top of my head right now, but when you listen properly and try to understand each and every word, it makes it really easy because nobody on earth is going to speak as fast as Eminem raps at times. So once you get that down, you will actually be pretty fine in your English listening exams. Now, the second part I mentioned is being exposed to native speakers. Well, now that we have social media, now that we have a bunch of apps online, there are apps that allow you to get in touch, have video calls with a person of a specified country that you want. I need to remember the app. I'll probably have the app in the description below so you guys can check it out. But there is an app that allows you to say you want to learn French or you want to get used to listening to natives speaking French. You'll type in France and it will get you connected with somebody who is a native speaker of French or someone who actually lives in France. Now, so yeah, that's step 2. That's actually really simple. It's one of the easiest things you could do. The third step now is a lot of speaking practice instead of reading and writing. Now, am I saying that reading and writing is not important? Absolutely not. When it comes to reading, it will help you with your writing part because you will see a lot of different grammar structures. You'll see how certain sentence structures are built up. And writing is just practice, right? You'll manage to communicate ideas better and whatnot. Now, why do I think that we need to emphasize speaking more often? It's because when you use a language, like I would argue that 70% of the time you would probably use it through speaking. For example, right now that's the case with my Japanese, for example. Most of the time I use my Japanese, I'm talking with somebody, right? Or my Portuguese is basically 100%. I only speak in Portuguese. I never really use Portuguese to write. Sometimes I'll read, but it's not that often. So yeah, that's the thing. Spanish I would argue because at my school there are certain classes that use Spanish, so I would say it's probably like a 60-40. I speak it more though still, that doesn't change. So learning to speak, getting comfortable speaking will help you improve because in any language the biggest thing is obviously confidence. When you have confidence in speaking a language, it makes it easier to learn that language. It makes it easier for you to try to use that language, So yeah, that's the biggest factor right there. That's why speaking it is more important than writing and reading, to me at least. Maybe some of you guys might have other takes on it. So, leave it in the comments below. I might do a part 2 because language is such a broad topic. We could discuss tips. I'm trying to also learn new languages now, so maybe I'll find out some languages. These 3 things that I just presented don't apply quite as much, or that there are other methods that are more practical than mine. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this part of the video. Before I go, one announcement. So I am streaming on Twitch now. So I stream Tuesday to Saturday. On Tuesdays to Thursdays, I stream from 4 p.m. Bolivian time to 6 p.m. And on Fridays and Saturdays, 9 to midnight Bolivian time. So if you guys want to drop by and watch, I appreciate it. Please leave a follow there. It helps a lot. Yeah. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. I upload pictures of stuff I take every now and then. I really enjoy interacting with people there too. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. And peace out. Thank you very much.